885-8850. Shan, you're on the air.
Hi, yes, I was driving in my car and unfortunately don't have a car phone, but I took exceptions to something that was discussed regarding that being offered these touchy-feely classes. I am not in that 25% learning style that is pure academic. I'm a very bright person, but I do not do well in an academic setting. I think that adding some of these touchy-feely and interactive classes, I mean, I got through a chemistry class because I had an instructor who saw that, you know, the book was hard for me, so the lab part was the part I could excel in. I think this is very important to, you know, not all of us are book learners.
Well, you know, I could say that I also have a high opinion of myself, and I'm not very good at dancing, but I really don't think that ballet schools should be adjusted to take for people like me. People like me shouldn't be in ballet. And the school you have to realize too that it's not a question of what you like or what you're good at. There are requirements in the world that if you're going to build bridges across the river, you have to know a certain amount of math. If you don't want those cars to fall into the river as the bridge collapses under them, and if you want doctors who can cure people, you're going to have to have people who know chemistry, whether they like it or not. So we don't have the option of just doing whatever happens to feel good to us.
You can't
no, I'm sorry. I can't agree with any of that. It is not society that is forcing these people to do this. These people have been looking for ways of evading academic work for generations.
Who is they? When
the
you say
teachers, the administrators, they love anything that is non-academic. There have been studies done of kids in schools and departments of education. They love anything that's non-academic when you get into role-playing and all this kind of thing. And I think it's perfectly understandable. You get the dregs of the academic world becoming teachers. You have education courses that repel able students from ever studying the subject. And so you've cut them off at the pass. Anyone who has any ability does not want to take these ridiculous courses in college. And of the few who are hardy souls who go on and take it and suffer through them and become teachers, those with high ability are the first ones to drop out. And so within a very few years out of the class, you have the bottom half of the class now has tenure, and the top half is going somewhere else. Well, the phrase is dumbing down. What's so ironic is the school is failing so miserably in what they're paid to do that they should take on this role of being social philosophers. A lot of these programs are really a substitute for hard work by the teachers. I mean, when I think of the teachers I had, they could not have cared less whether I felt good about myself. They didn't ask me, how did you get to school? Did you walk these 15 blocks from home? Or did you have money for the trolley? They couldn't have cared less. They wanted to make sure I had better have my homework when I got there, and it had better be right. The great problem in education throughout is that people are not accountable. They can run those schools to indulge themselves, whether for whatever fad they like, for whatever way they like to teach, and that goes all the way through to the colleges. Teachers have been a very organized group since the 1960s, and the National Education Association is all in favor of these crazy things that have been criticized here this morning by me and by others. So that they have, and in fact, that's what choice is all about. Is it about putting the parents and the taxpayers and the general public in charge and not allowing these little groups to create their own little fiefdoms where they do what they please regardless of what the rest of us think?